Happy holidays from Harriet Clooney, that's me, and Scrap Cooking, that's us. We're in the Urban Element kitchen. It's a special episode, it's the holidays, and we have some leftovers. So this episode is gonna be making a casserole out of your leftovers. And I'm pretty excited because I love family meals, although this year has been a bit strange. So we're used to cooking for lots of people, but since our dinners were a little bit smaller, we've got lots of leftovers. So I'm gonna show you how to turn that into an extra meal that you can just throw in the oven, because after you've done a big turkey or chicken or ham or whatever you do for your holiday, you're pretty much spent afterwards. So this is a really easy way to use up all your leftovers and then have a super easy meal that you just have to throw in the oven for the next day or a couple days. All right, so let's get going. But before we begin, don't forget to hit the like button and especially the subscribe button, because when you hit the subscribe button, we're gonna send you a little notification with new episode of Scrap Cooking ready to go. But not only that, you're able to send me a message, give me a suggestion, ask me a question, comment, so all of that. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, but also like us. We like you. All right. We've got leftover, in my case, chicken. We've got some gravy, mashed potatoes, roasted veggies, some cranberry chutney, and some green beans. In here, I've got some bread. And the bread, because it's been out, it's kind of a little bit dry, not necessarily good to use for, like, say, toast or something else. So I do have a plan for it, but we'll get to that later. But first, what we're gonna do is we're going to cut up our chicken or turkey into small pieces. We are gonna put it in a bowl. We're gonna cut up our root veggies a little bit smaller, and we're gonna mix them all together with the gravy, and then we're gonna put it as a layer here. Then we're gonna cut up our beans into little pieces. We're gonna put that on top. And then we're gonna put a layer of the squash puree and the mashed potatoes on top. And then you can wrap it up from there and put it in the oven. So I'm gonna cut up our chicken first. So we've got light meat and dark meat. I mean, I personally am a fan of dark meat. Not everybody is, but that's, for me, where all the flavor is. So we're just gonna cut it into little pieces. Nothing fancy. And the carcass that's left over from the chicken or turkey, we're gonna make stock. We've got an episode about that from Thanksgiving, so you're go on the YouTube channel and find that one. So we've got the drumstick. So I'm actually just gonna pull off the meat with my hands and just make sure there's a little piece of cartilage at the top. We don't want to put that in our casserole, but we will put it in our stock. So this little leg bone will go in our stock as well. So again, we're just gonna chop that up. Oh, and I missed a little bone. There we go. If your turkey or chicken was a little bit dry, don't worry, we're gonna soak it in gravy. So it's actually a pretty good application for it, especially if it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, which happens every now and then. So we've got our chicken in the bowl. Now I'm gonna take my roasted veggies, and we're just gonna cut them up just a little bit smaller. About the same size as the chicken. Now I've got these guys, so now I'm gonna pour my leftover gravy over top. And if you have stuffing left over, most people eat it all, so there's not always stuffing left over. You could add some stuffing in there too. And we're just gonna mix it all together. So this is also a really nice thing to do like as you're cleaning up, because then you're not putting everything in a million containers, mashed potato in one container, all the veggies in one, and the chicken in the other. This way you are using everything that you have, and it's just gonna go in one container. And then you'll be able to use it. I mean, save, of course, the chicken or the or turkey for your sandwiches. You can set that aside. So we're just gonna spread it out and take these beans, I'm gonna cut them into little sort of pieces. You can mix them into your veggies, that works too. Just gonna cut them into, just gonna put them on top. So now what we're gonna do, so I've got this nice squash puree. We're going to put it on top. Just spread it. Now, if you don't want to do them separately, you can mix the mashed potatoes and the squash together, or if you have one and not the other, then you just use the one. Like I said, everybody's family does different things, so need to squish them a little bit with our fingers. There. So now we've got a casserole that's got a nice base of our turkey or chicken and the roasted vegetables that we had with some beans or peas or asparagus and our squash and mashed potato as a topping. I've got my oven set to 400 and I can't wait. So we're gonna bake it right now. All right, it's been 45 minutes and the kitchen smells delicious. Smells like holidays all over again. So we're gonna go into the oven and pull out our turkey, chicken, shepherd's pot pie thing. Oh yeah, so you can see all the sort of gravy bubbling up the sides. You really smell everything and it's nice and hot. And we can just, oh yeah. Got all our veggies in there, got our mashed potatoes. Ooh, I'm excited. And then we've got some cranberry chutney. I'm excited to eat that. It's gonna be molten hot, but I'm gonna do it anyway. There we have it. Next day, one pan, use all your leftovers. Gravy, mashed potatoes, veggies, beans, squash, and of course your chicken and all that chutney that we made. Yum.